Okay, welcome to Let's Get to the Marks. Going through a question on Kc. Going to focus on how you work out the units in this question. It's a quick one. Let's get into it. Let's go. Ethene reacts with steam in the presence of an acid catalyst to form ethanol. We've got an equation here where we've got an ethene molecule in a gaseous state plus water in a gaseous state, reversible symbol, and then we have ethanol. Don't forget, once I've read the question, pause the video, have a go on a scrap bit of paper, and then watch the walkthrough. 1.1, write an expression for the equilibrium constant Kc for this equilibrium, deduce the units of Kc, and it's worth 2 marks. All right, I'm going to go through it now. So you're always going to do products over the reactants. So don't forget you need square brackets. So we're looking at CH3, CH2 for our product, OH. We're going to put square brackets. It's Kc, so we're always using square brackets with Kc. If it's Kp, you're going to use rounded brackets. And then this is going over the top of C2H2, made that ugly, and then H2O. And that is Kc. So Kc is equal to the product over the reactants. Notice there are no coefficients, so I don't need to put to the power of for any of these. The next step is calculating the units. And I want to go through this. This is important. So when you're calculating the units for Kc, you're going to write concentration is always in moles per decimeter to the -3. And I've got one lot on top, and I've got 2 lots at the bottom. So look, I'm writing it out twice. And I know it's long. Some people just do this off the top of their head. Now, we're going to cancel one from the top, one from the bottom, because that's what you do. And that just leaves me with one here. But here's the thing. If you've got a dividing line and you've got the units at the bottom, what you're going to do is you're going to reverse the signs of the units. So the units are actually going to be mole to the -1 instead of mole to the 1. It's mole to the -1. And instead of being dm to the -3, it's going to be dm to the 3. Cool. So if you end up with no units at the top above the dividing line and only units at the bottom, you add them together, however many units there are, and you reverse the signs, i.e. the moles becomes negative, the dm becomes positive. Thought I'll go through that. Now, let me just give you another example. Give an expression for Kc for this equilibrium and state its units. So we've got another one like that. So what we're going to do here, again, it's products over reactants, but I want you to focus on the units. So we're just going to write out the products. This time there are coefficients. So we're going to do the products at the top. So we've got CO. What's the coefficient? It's 2. So you're going to put a 2 here. And then we've got hydrogen. What's the coefficient? It's 4. So we're going to put 4 there. Then we're going to put the line underneath. Oh my days. And then we're going to put ethanol. And we're going to put water. Okay. Now we're going to just work on what are the units. Yes, you can do the calculation. I'm not interested in that at the moment. So we're just focused on the units. Now, look, I've got 2 lots of units there. So if I was to write all the units out, let's be really long and write the units out.
If you push the button.
Like me.
Would you like it?
Like.
Okay, guys, check this out. Right, what I'm trying to show you here is you see I've got 2 lots of carbon monoxide, 4 lots of hydrogen. So there's actually 6 lots of mole dm -3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my days, it's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And down below, as there's no coefficients for the reactants and they're underneath, I've just got ethanol to mole dm -3 and water mole dm -3. So I've got 2. So what I'm going to do now, same as before, we're going to cancel out. So 1 above, 1 below, cancel out, 1 above, 1 below. How many does that leave? Well, that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4 on top. What we're going to do, we're going to add them all together to make the units. So if you have 4 moles, you're going to get mole to the 4. And there are 4 dm -3s. So 4 times dm -3 is dm -12. So notice when the units are on top and there's nothing below, you do not reverse the sign. So there was no reversal of the sign. This stayed as negative. We just multiplied or added them all up. And whereas with these guys here, we just added them all up. We didn't reverse the sign. So mole became 4, dm became -12. So the only time you reverse the sign when you're doing the units is when you are left with some units at the bottom on their own with the dividing line above them. then you're going to reverse the sign. And that's how we do the units of Kc. Right, let's get back to the original question we were looking at. It says 1.2, an equilibrium mixture was found to contain 0.7 mole of ethene, 1.2 mole of steam, and 4.4 moles of ethanol at temperature T. The volume of the container was 2 decimeters. Calculate a value of Kc for this equilibrium at this temperature. Give your answer to the appropriate number of significant figures. So all we're doing here, guys, we're doing this one here. So we've just got ethanol over the top of these two bad boys. There's no coefficients. So literally, I want to set this out like this, ethanol over those two. So it says I've got 4.4 of ethanol. Now, we're supposed to be doing concentration because there's brackets, right? So I need to do 4.4 divided by 2. Okay, and I'm going to divide that by the reactants. What have I got? I've got 0.7 of ethene. Okay, we'll be good. We'll write it out like that, and that's over 2. And we're going to multiply that by 1.2 of steam, and that is divided by 2. And if you want, that's the Kc. If you want, you can simplify that. If you're into simplification, then we can do like, that's going to be what? 2.20 over, what are my days? Over 0.350. And we're going to times that by, what's that? 0.60. And if we smash that all in our calculator, we're going to get Kc. Kc comes up as 10.476. And all I need to do is put this to the appropriate number of SF. A-level peeps, when they say that, they're telling you 3 significant figures. Don't mess about. So if I want to put this to 3 significant figures, I've got to push this up because of the 7. And that's going to make that 10.5. And that's the Kc, right? And we already said what the units would be. Yeah, there we go. Lovely jubbly. Don't forget sharing's caring. Hit the like, punch up the bell, subscribe. Let's get to the marks.
You still here? It's over.